How to get rich without anyone noticing. 5 financial tricks. What if I told you that the wealthiest people in America are completely invisible while the people you think are rich are actually broke and showing off to hide their financial desperation? Look, here's something that's going to blow your mind. Every person you see flashing luxury cars, designer clothes, and expensive vacations on social media is probably drowning in debt, while real millionaires drive 10-year-old Toyotas and shop at Costco. In this video, you're going to discover the exact 5 strategies that allow wealthy Americans to build fortunes completely under the radar. You'll learn why disappearing from social media actually accelerates your wealth, how to sacrifice like ancient merchants to guarantee financial freedom, and the secret protection system that shields your dreams from people who unconsciously want to destroy them. By the end, you'll know exactly how to become rich without anyone noticing until you choose to reveal it. If you're ready to build wealth in the shadows while others chase worthless validation, comment "Silent Wealth" right now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Thank you very much. Now, what I'm about to say is what makes the difference between people who build lasting fortunes and those who stay broke trying to look successful. 1. The farmer's patience. I'm going to tell you something that's probably going to sting a little, but you need to hear it. You know why most people never build real wealth? It's not because they're stupid, it's not because they don't have good ideas, and it's definitely not because they don't work hard enough. It's because they give up right before the magic happens. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine 2 farmers at the beginning of planting season. The first farmer, let's call him instant gratification Gary, plants his seeds and checks them every single day. Day 3, nothing. Day 7, still nothing. Day 15, maybe a tiny sprout, but not the abundance he was expecting. By day 30, Gary's frustrated, digs up his seeds to see what's wrong, replants different seeds, then gets discouraged again, and eventually gives up farming altogether. The second farmer, patient Pete, plants his seeds and waters them consistently. Day 3, nothing visible, but he keeps watering. Day 15, tiny sprouts, but he doesn't get excited or discouraged. Day 45, real growth starting. Day 90, small harvest. Year 2, better harvest. Year 5, abundance that makes Gary jealous when he drives by. Here's what Gary never understood and what most Americans never understand about building wealth. The compound effect is invisible for years, then becomes unstoppable. Your first year of investing, boring. Your first business probably breaks even. Your first real estate investment, modest returns that don't seem worth the effort. But here's where it gets crazy. Warren Buffett made 99% of his wealth after age 50. Let that sink in for a moment. The richest investor in history was basically broke compared to his later wealth for the first half of his career. Why? Because compound growth starts slow and then goes exponential. Most people quit during the slow part. They see their $500 monthly investment grow to $6,000 after a year and think, this is pointless, I'll never get rich this way. What they don't realize is that this same strategy turned to $50,000 in year 10, $200,000 in year 15, and over $1 million by year 25. The psychological reason people quit is simple. We're wired for immediate feedback. When you post on Instagram, you get likes instantly. When you buy something, you get the dopamine hit immediately. But wealth building works on nature's timeline, not social media's timeline. Here's your reality check. While you're quitting your 3rd business idea this year, someone else is on year 5 of their boring business, quietly building something that will make them a millionaire. While you're jumping between investment strategies, someone else is dollar cost averaging into index funds for the 10th year straight and building serious wealth. The ancient farmers knew something modern Americans forgot. Harvest time comes to those who plant, water, and wait, not to those who plant, check, doubt, replant, and quit. Wait. The most important part is in the following story about why the sacrifices wealthy people make would shock most Americans who think success should be comfortable. 2. The merchant's sacrifice. Alright, let's get real for a minute. Everyone says they want to be rich, but when I ask people what they're willing to give up to get there, suddenly the conversation gets very quiet. You want the lifestyle, but do you want the life it takes to create that lifestyle? Here's a story that's going to make you uncomfortable. Picture 2 merchants in ancient times, both starting with the same amount of money, both dreaming of dominating the next trading season. Merchant number 1, let's call him Weekend Warrior, hears that the big trading season starts in 6 months. He thinks perfect, plenty of time. So what does he do? Friday nights, he's out at the tavern with friends. Saturday mornings, he's sleeping in. Sunday afternoons he's relaxing because everyone deserves work-life balance. He shows up to trading season with the same basic goods as everyone else. No special relationships, no deep knowledge of what customers actually want. Merchant number 2, sacrifice. Sam hears the same news about the trading season, but his response is completely different. While Weekend Warrior is at the tavern, Sam is studying which goods sold best last season. While Weekend Warrior is sleeping in, Sam is visiting workshops, learning how products are made, and building relationships with craftsmen. While Weekend Warrior is relaxing on Sundays, Sam is traveling to neighboring towns, understanding what people actually need and can't find. When trading season arrives, guess what happens? Weekend Warrior shows up with generic stuff that 30 other merchants are also selling. He makes modest profits, enough to get by, but nothing life-changing. Sam shows up with exactly what customers have been wanting: relationships with the best suppliers and knowledge nobody else has. He doesn't just make money, he dominates. Here's what most Americans don't understand about wealth building. Every wealthy person I know gave up their 20s and 30s so they could own their 40s and beyond. While their friends were binge-watching Netflix, they were learning new skills. While others were going to happy hour, they were building side businesses. While everyone else was taking weekend trips, they were working on projects that would eventually buy them freedom. I'm not saying you need to become a monk, but understand this. Your Friday night Netflix binge is a choice. Your Saturday morning sleep-in is a choice. 3. The wise builder's silence. Okay, I need to tell you something that might hurt your feelings, but it could save your financial future. That person you just told about your big money-making idea, there's a good chance they just killed it without you even realizing it. Let me tell you a story that's been passed down for thousands of years. Two builders both dream of constructing magnificent buildings that will make them wealthy and famous. The moment you share a dream with someone who doesn't have the vision to see it, you give them permission to shrink your dream down to their comfort level. Most people, even people who love you, are unconsciously threatened by your success, not because they're evil, but because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. 4. The invisible crown. Here's something that's going to mess with your head. The guy driving the beat-up Honda Civic might be worth more than the person pulling up in the brand new BMW. I know it sounds crazy, but stick with me because this might be the most important financial lesson you'll ever learn. Let me tell you an ancient story about two kings. 5. The monk's discipline. I'm about to share something that might be the hardest pill to swallow in this entire video, but it could completely transform your financial life. You ready? You need to disappear. Not forever, but long enough to build something real while everyone else is busy performing their fake success online. Let me tell you about two monks who entered the same monastery on the same day, both seeking wisdom and inner wealth. The first monk, Attention Andy, was obsessed with being seen as spiritual and wise. He made sure everyone noticed when he was meditating. Look, here's the bottom line. Ancient wisdom reveals that real wealth grows in darkness, not in the spotlight. The farmer's patience teaches you to persist when others quit. The merchant's sacrifice shows you the price of freedom. The wise builder's silence protects your dreams from poison. The invisible crown keeps you focused on substance over show, and the monk's discipline creates a breakthrough through disappearance. These aren't just nice stories. They're the exact blueprint that separates people who build generational wealth from those who stay broke trying to look successful. This week, I want you to pick one strategy and commit to it completely. Maybe it's going dark on social media for 90 days. Maybe it's finally making those sacrifices you know you need to make. Maybe it's protecting your next big idea from dream killers. Which strategy hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. Patience, sacrifice, silence, simplicity, or disappear. So we can see where everyone needs to focus first. Remember, your ancestors built empires in silence before revealing their strength. They understood that true power whispers while fake power screams. The choice is yours. Keep performing your struggle or start building your empire. The world belongs to those who work in shadows and emerge in light. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.